Why should you do the SkinPen? Because it actually works. I don't recommend anything for my patients that doesn't actually work and that isn't safe. How does the SkinPen actually work? Well, it triggers your body's natural cells to make collagen and elastin. Did you know that every single year after age 20, we lose our ability to produce collagen? 1 to 1.5% loss every single year. So as this goes on, I'm going to be 40. This is getting scarier. And I need to be able to turn things around and get my body to work better for me and to make more collagen and elastin for me. Well, let's get into some of the science behind this. So there are cells called fibroblasts. These fibroblasts are factories for collagen. Fibroblasts are present in a layer of the skin called the dermis. So there's the epidermis above, that's the top layer. And then below the epidermis is the dermis, so it's deep. And inside this layer, there are cells called fibroblasts, and these are factories for collagen and elastin. So what we want to do is get these factories to overproduce, to ramp up their production, to be fooled into thinking that we are not 40, 50, 60. We need to get these fibroblasts thinking that we are 15. There's 2 ways to fool a fibroblast into making more collagen and elastin. The first way is to cause an injury. So let's say you fall, you hit your head, and you've got a big laceration on your forehead. If we do nothing, let's say the ER, they're like totally overwhelmed and the wait time's 9 hours and you don't get seen and you don't get sutures, guess what? You may have a big scar because your body's just trying its best to do it, and it might not be the most ideal conditions, but your body is going to find a way to close that wound because of fibroblasts. Fibroblasts get triggered by injuries, and they ramp up their production of all of the stuff that brings a wound together. So your body will naturally bridge the gap and close that gaping wound over time. Injuries cause fibroblasts to ramp up production of collagen and elastin. So that's where the SkinPen comes in. The SkinPen makes these teeny tiny micro injuries into the skin that fool the fibroblasts that, oh my gosh, there's an injury that's occurred. I've got to ramp up my production of collagen and elastin. The second way that you can cause a fibroblast to ramp up production is by introducing PRP into that micro wound. So PRP, platelet-rich plasma, what is that? It contains platelets. Platelets start the healing cascade. Anytime that you get any kind of wound, platelets are the first on the scene, and they trigger this cascade of telling your body to make growth factors, and ultimately it signals these fibroblasts that, oh my gosh, there's a big injury here, and we got to ramp up production of collagen and elastin. It's a very tricky way of telling the fibroblasts that it's a humongous wound, because we're putting in a concentrated amount of platelets and therefore a concentrated amount of growth factors. So these fibroblasts are totally fooled. They think that you've had the biggest wound of your life right there in the middle of your forehead at that single teeny tiny puncture wound site. The fibroblasts are getting the signal that it is the biggest wound ever, and they need to ramp up collagen and elastin production more than they ever have. And so by fooling these fibroblasts, we can get them to make their factories so efficiently produce collagen and elastin in a way that will benefit your skin and artificially create collagen and elastin that you never would have. So you go from a cycle of losing the fibroblasts' ability to produce collagen and elastin to, oh my gosh, they are very efficient, really productive factories for youth for you. So you can start to turn the clock around, or at least slow down the loss of collagen over time. So the SkinPen, both by causing a micro injury that would promote usual healing and injecting into it this like crazy signal that this is the biggest wound your body has ever seen, those 2 ways fool these fibroblasts into working for you. This is why I recommend the SkinPen with PRP. Scientifically, it all makes sense. It all checks out. It actually works. There are actually results, and it's very safe. It's only using your body's own building blocks, so it is truly all natural. You're not going to ever have any kind of allergic reaction to PRP because it's coming straight from you. Unlike regular facials, unlike the dermal rollers, this goes deep, and it will go deep enough to cause a chain of events. Regular facials are too superficial to do this kind of magic. They're just not as effective. I see people charging hundreds of dollars for facials, and I'm sorry, but I don't know why. Spend your money where it scientifically will work for you and actually scientifically will build up your skin into a more youthful version of you.